Good morning, dear students. Now let us move on to the next session, that is reactions of carbocations. So we have seen the carbocations, that is carbon carrying a positive charge, isn't it? So some of the reactions which you have to go through is the first one, that is the elimination of a proton from an alkyl group. Okay, from an alkyl group. For example, see CH3 CH2 plus. What is this compound or this ionic species? This is ethyl carbocation, isn't it? CH3 CH2 plus. So from this ethyl carbocation, see one hydrogen, it is eliminated from this carbon atom. Okay, one of the hydrogen atom, it is eliminated from this carbon atom, and this hydrogen, it is removed as a proton, that is it is removed as H plus. So I am writing this ethyl carbocation like this: CH2H single bond CH2 plus. Okay, I am splitting the CH3 as CH2H, CH2H, CH2 plus. So from this one proton is eliminated. So what happens is that this hydrogen will be eliminated as H plus, and what happens is that this electron pair will be moving to this bond. Okay, this electron pair, hydrogen, it is eliminated as H plus. So the electron pair will be remaining, and this electron pair will be moving to this bond. Okay, so that the compound becomes CH2. Here it becomes a double bond, CH2 double bond CH2. Okay, so that is the first reaction, elimination of a proton from a carbocation to form an alkene. So here the formed compound, it is ethylene. It is an alkene, double bonded compound. Then the second reaction, that is combination with a nucleophile or reaction with a nucleophile. Nucleophile means it is Nu minus nucleophile. Reaction with a nucleophile. So again I am writing an ethyl carbocation, CH3 CH2 plus. Ethyl carbocation plus a nucleophile. It can be any nucleophile. Say for example Cl minus, having a negative charge. So this is a nucleophile, Cl minus. So what happens? This Cl minus will be directly linked towards this carbon atom. Okay, so that the compound will be CH3 CH2 Cl, ethyl chloride. Ethyl chloride. Okay. Then the next reaction, that is the rearrangement reaction. Rearrangement reaction. Rearrangement reaction. See, for example, a carbocation, it will be undergoing rearrangement, and the carbocation, the first starting compound, it can be a primary carbocation. After rearrangement, it will be converted to a secondary carbocation. Okay, so here a primary, it is converted to a secondary carbocation, and also which one is more stable, a primary or a secondary carbocation? A secondary carbocation is more stable, isn't it? So a primary carbocation, it is converted to a more stable secondary carbocation. We have discussed the stability of carbocations in our previous session, isn't it? So a primary carbocation, it is converted to a secondary carbocation. So let us see an example: CH3 CH2, CH3 CH2, then CH2 plus. Okay, this is CH3 CH2 CH2 plus. What is this carbocation? This is propyl carbocation. Propyl carbocation. So what happens is that this hydrogen, it will be moving to this carbon atom as H minus. That means hydrogen will be moving along with this electron pair. Okay, so this hydrogen will be moving with this electron pair to this carbon atom. Okay, so that this charge will be neutralized by this H minus. H minus is moving towards this carbon atom, so that this positive charge will be neutralized, and again what happens to this carbon? It will be getting a positive charge. Okay, so the formed compound will be CH3 single bond C, H will be remaining. Then this carbon, it is electron deficient, isn't it? So it will be getting a positive charge. Again single bond CH3, since this H minus will be joining CH2 plus. So it becomes CH3 CH CH3. So this compound, this is this is a secondary carbocation or an isopropyl carbocation. So this secondary carbocation, it is more stable than this primary carbocation. Okay. Then the next reaction, the fourth reaction, that is the addition to an alkene. Addition to alkene. Addition to alkene. See here, see for example, methyl carbocation CH3 plus. It will be added to a double bonded compound CH2 double bond CH2. This is ethene or ethylene. CH2 double bond CH2. So what happens is that, see, in this pi electron will be moving to this carbon atom. So what happens, this carbon will be getting a negative charge and this carbon will be getting a positive charge. Here a single bond. Okay. So to this species what happens, see, I will be writing this species CH2 single bond CH2. This electron pair will be moving to this carbon atom, so that this will be getting a negative charge and this carbon will be getting a positive charge. Okay. So to this species, the CH3 plus will be attacking. So what happens, the CH3 plus will be attacking to the CH2 minus. Okay. So that the formed compound will be CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. Hope you are clear with the reaction. So these are some of the reactions of carbocations. See, sometimes in your essay part it might be asked like that. How will you define a carbocation? Then give an account on the stability of carbocations and also the reactions of carbocations. Okay. So you have to study it as a part of an essay. Okay. So this is all about carbocations. Next we can go through the carbanions. Carbanions. See, carbanion means, see, normally for example CH, carbon with other three valencies. See here, in this carbon atom what happens, heterolysis occurs. Heterolysis means unsymmetric bond fission, isn't it? Unsymmetric bond fission, that means the electrons will be moved towards one of the atom, isn't it? So here, sorry, the bond pair of electron will be moving to one of the atom. So what happens after heterolysis, after this bond breaking, what happens, this electron pair will be moving to this carbon atom, so that this carbon will be getting a negative charge and hydrogen will be getting a positive charge. C minus with an electron pair plus H plus. Okay, so this is the carbanion, carbon carrying a negative charge. So we can write the definition for carbanion as an ion with a pair of unshared electrons, with a pair of unshared electrons and a negative charge on the central carbon atom. On the central carbon atom. Okay. So that is what is called as carbanions. Carbanions means it is having a pair of unshared electron pair, isn't it? Here unshared electron pair and also a negative charge. An unshared electron pair and a negative charge. That is what is called as a carbanion. Okay. Normally this carbanion, it will be carrying a negative charge. So this is the definition for carbanions, and also again this carbanions, just as in the case of carbocations, these carbanions are also classified into three categories, that is primary carbanion, secondary carbanion and tertiary carbanion. Okay, primary, secondary and tertiary carbanions. For example, for primary carbanion, that is methyl carbanion, CH3 minus, that is primary carbanion. Then ethyl carbanion, CH3, CH2 minus, that is ethyl carbanion. This is another primary carbanion. Both are primary carbanions. Okay. Next, coming to the secondary carbanions, just as in the case of secondary carbocations, isn't it? That is an isopropyl carbocation. Here also CH3, CH, CH3 minus, or CH3 twice CH minus. So this is an isopropyl carbanion. isopropyl carbanion. This is a secondary carbanion. Okay. Then comes the tertiary carbanion, that is CH3, C, CH3, CH3, then negative charge. Okay. So this is a tertiary carbanion. Okay. So this is tertiary butyl carbanion. Tertiary butyl carbanion. Okay. So this is one type of classification, that is on the basis of primary, secondary and tertiary carbanions. One type of classification. Then another type of classification, that is alkyl, that is RCH2 minus. Then allyl carbocation also you had seen, isn't it? So allyl carbanion means it will be CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 minus. This is allyl carbanion. Then comes vinyl carbanion. Vinyl carbanion means it will be CH2 double bond CH minus. This is vinyl carbanion. Then comes benzyl carbanion. Benzyl carbanion, that is C6H5 CH2 minus. Okay, C6H5 CH2 minus, benzyl carbanion. So these are all, see, in all these cases they are having a negative charge. That means they are electron rich species, isn't it? Carbanions are electron rich species, and also even though they are electron rich species, they are highly reactive also. They are highly reactive intermediates. Electron rich, highly reactive intermediates. Highly reactive also, then highly unstable also. Okay, so and also they are readily attacked by which species? A nucleophile or an electrophile? They are readily attacked by electrophiles, that is E plus, isn't it? Since it is having a negative charge, they will be easily attacked by an electrophile. Okay. So this is about the classification of carbanions. Okay. Hope you are clear up to this. Next comes the geometry of carbanion. Geometry of carbanion. See, normally what about the electronic configuration of carbon in the ground state? It will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, isn't it? 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. This is the ground state configuration. So here what happens is that while in the excited state, what happens is that this or in the case of carbanion, it will be having a negative charge, isn't it? That means it will be having one additional electron present, isn't it? So what happens is that the electronic configuration, it will be becoming like this: 1s2, this is 1s, 2s, 2p. Okay, 1s, 2s, then 2p. So in the case of carbanion, it will be having one extra pair of electrons, isn't it? One additional electron pair. So here it becomes 1s2, 2s2, then comes 2p, 2px1, 2py1, then one more electron in carbanion, one more negative charge. Okay, so this is 2p. Okay, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. So here what happens is that, see, the valential configuration, it will be having two electrons in 2s, and in 2p also it will be having 3 electrons, isn't it? So this 3 electrons, it can form bonds with 3 other hydrogen atoms, isn't it? It can form bonds with some other species. So these 3 will form the 3 bond pairs, or it will be forming covalent bonds with other three atoms. Okay, so this will be forming 3 bond pairs. And also after hybridization, what happens? In the case of 2s, it will be having 2 electrons. So these 2 electrons, it will be existing as one lone pair. Okay, these 2 electrons will be existing as one lone pair. So in total, this carbanions will be having 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Okay, 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. And also what about the hybridization? See, the hybridization, the orbitals which are involved in hybridization are 1s and 3p orbitals, isn't it? 1s and 3p orbitals, 1s and 3p. That means it will be sp3. So the hybridization will be sp3 hybridization. So sp3 hybridization means, what about the geometry? Geometry will be a regular tetrahedral geometry. A regular tetrahedral geometry, and the bond angle, it will be 109 degree 28 minutes. Okay, so these all points you have to keep it in your mind. Three bond pair and one lone pair. Hybridization will be sp3, isn't it? 1s and 3p orbitals. sp3 hybridization. So the geometry will be tetrahedral and the bond angle will be 109 degree 28 minutes. Let us move on to the geometry of this carbanion. So we have already seen it has got an sp3 hybridization. That means the 4 hybrid orbitals, total 4 hybrid orbitals are there, isn't it? 3p plus 1s, isn't it? So total 4 hybrid orbitals are there. Four hybrid orbitals, and these 4 hybrid orbitals are directed towards the 4 corners of a regular tetrahedron. 4 corners of a regular tetrahedron. Okay, let us draw the diagram for this species. So this is the tetrahedral form, and all these are alkyl groups. Let it be alkyl groups. Okay, R. And see, we have seen 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, isn't it? So these are the 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, and this lone pair will be existing at this lobe. Okay, one of the this lone pair of electron will be existing in the 4th hybrid orbital. So this is the 4th hybrid orbital having the lone pair of electron. So this forms the bond pairs. These are the bond pairs. One bond pair, the second bond pair, and the third bond pair, and this is the lone pair of electron. So in total 4 hybrid orbitals. Okay. See, you have seen the valential electron pair repulsion theory, VSEPR theory, isn't it? And also in VSEPR theory, it is said that, see, for if it is having a lone pair of electron, there will be having somewhat distortion in geometry. It will be having somewhat distortion in their geometry. So what happens is that this lone pair will be making some distortion. That is lone pair bond pair repulsion will be there. So that this this geometry or this regular tetrahedral geometry will be distorted somewhat, or we can write the geometry as a pyramidal geometry, since it will be having a distorted geometry due to the presence of a lone pair of electron. It will be having a pyramidal geometry, or we can say it as a distorted tetrahedral geometry. Okay, it will be having a distorted tetrahedral geometry or a pyramidal geometry containing one lone pair of electron at one of the corner. Okay, so pyramidal geometry means it will be like this: carbon, R, R, R. Okay, R or H, whatever it is, you can write it like that. This is one. So this is in the form of a pyramid. Okay, just like we are putting it like this, just in the form of a pyramid. Okay. So this is about the geometry of carbanions. This is also very important, geometry of carbanions. Next is the formation of carbanions. Formation of carbanions. First reaction by the heterolysis of CY bond. By the heterolysis of CY bond. By the heterolysis of CY bond. For example, say RH. This is carbon atom and this is hydrogen. Okay, so by the heterolysis, what happens? The electron pair will be shifted towards the alkyl group, so that it becomes R minus plus H plus. So this is one reaction, a simple reaction. Then the next reaction, by the addition of anions to by the addition of anions to C double bond C or C triple bond C bonds. For example, C double bond C. This is an alkene, isn't it? So to this one halogen ion it is added, X minus. Okay, so what happens is that, see, suppose this electron pair, this double bond, it will be moving towards this, the electron pair will be moving towards this carbon atom, so that this carbon will be getting a positive charge. Okay, I will be writing it like this, C single bond C, double bond is broken. So here this carbon will be getting a positive charge and the electron pair will be moving to this carbon atom, so that it becomes a negatively charged carbon atom. Okay, so to this species this X minus will be attacking. So this X minus will be attacking the positively charged center of positively charged carbon atom. Okay, so that the product will be like this, C positively charged carbon atom. So the first carbon atom it will be having X and the second carbon atom it will be having a negative charge. Okay, so this is about the formation of carbanions. Hope you are clear with the two reactions, just two simple reactions. Okay. Next, we can go through the stability of carbanions. Okay, stability of carbanions, and also the explanations is almost similar to that of carbocations. Some differences are there, some major differences are there, but it will be moving like in the case of carbocations. Okay, so the stability of carbanions. Stability of carbanions. Okay, so here the stability of carbanions, the first one, it is explained in terms of inductive effect. Okay, stability of carbanions in terms of inductive effect. We have to study the stability of carbanions in terms of inductive effect and resonance effect. So first of all, we can go through the stability of carbanions in terms of inductive effect. Okay, see here, for example, I am writing some of the carbanions. Okay, CH3 minus, then CH3, CH2 minus, then CH3, CH, CH3 minus, then CH3, C, CH3, CH3 minus. Okay, 4 carbanions I had written. See, how will you explain the stability of all these 4 carbanions? See, in the first case it is having CH3 minus, and in the second case the CH2 minus, it is attached to the group CH3, isn't it? And also, what about the CH3 group? It is having a plus I, is it a plus I effect group or a minus I effect group? CH3 minus CH3. CH3, it is, the group is having a plus I effect, isn't it? CH3 group is having a plus I effect. So that means it will be releasing electron towards this carbon atom, isn't it? The CH3 group will be releasing electrons towards this particular carbon atom. So already this carbon atom, it is electron rich, isn't it? It is having negative charge. So to this carbon atom, this electron is coming, isn't it, from the CH3 group. So what happens to the electron density around this carbon atom? The electron density will further be increased, isn't it? Already it is having a negative charge, that means it is already unstable. Then to that instability or to that electron dense nature, what happens? This CH3 group will be releasing electrons. Again, what happens? The electron density increases. That means the stability decreases, isn't it? Or the electron density increases around this carbon atom, isn't it? Electron density increases around this C minus, isn't it? As a result of the electron releasing nature of the CH3 group. Electron density increases around the C minus, and what happens? The stability decreases. Therefore, the stability decreases. Hope you are clear. Then coming to the next case, CH3 twice CH minus. See, again 2 CH3 groups are attached, isn't it? 2 CH3 groups are attached. That means 2 electron releasing groups are attached to this carbon atom. This carbon, it is already electron rich. And to this electron-rich carbon, again the electron-releasing carbon atoms are attached. So again the electron density around this carbon atom, this carbanion will be increasing. So what happens? Again the stability decreases. So the stability will be further be decreased than comparing with that of the second case, isn't it? So while comparing 2 and 3, which one will be more stable? 2 will be more stable, okay, because 3 will be having 2 CH3 groups around this C minus, isn't it? Then coming to the next carbanion, it will be having 3 CH3 groups. Again, how many plus I effect groups are there? 3 plus I effect groups are there, isn't it? 3 plus I effect or 3 electron releasing groups are there. Again, the electron density will be increased 3 times, isn't it? So what happens? The stability will be further decreased. While comparing with 3 and 4, the stability will be more unstable than 3. Okay, 4 will be more unstable than 3 because it will be having a greater electron density around this C minus. Okay, so this is the explanation for the stability of carbanions. So we can put the symbol. So the most stable one, that will be CH3 minus. Okay, CH3 minus, it is more stable than CH3, CH2 minus, which in turn is more stable than CH3 twice CH minus. Again, it is more stable than CH3 thrice C minus. Okay, so we can write it like this. The stability decreases with increase in the stability decreases with increase in the number of methyl groups. Stability decreases with increase in the number of methyl groups. Okay. Then there is another explanation also for regarding this stability with respect to the S character of the orbitals. Okay, S character. For example, I am writing three combinations, that is R3C, then CH2 minus. So this is a single bonded carbanion, isn't it? Then R2C double bond C minus. Okay, this is a double bonded compound, an alkene. Then the third one, that is RC triple bond C minus. Okay, so in these three cases, this R3C CH2 minus, R2C double bond C minus, and RC triple bond C minus. First of all, you have to write the hybridization of these carbanions. In the CH2 minus, the hybridization is, what is the hybridization we have seen in the case of CH2 minus? It is sp3 hybridization. In the case of double bond C minus, the hybridization is sp2. And in the case of triple bond C minus, the hybridization is sp. So in the first case, this sp3 hybridization means, what about the percentage S character? Percentage S character for this sp3. See, out of 4 hybrid orbitals, 1 will be S. Okay, so 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means it will be 25% S character. Okay, in sp3 hybridization. Here it is, out of 3, 1 will be S, isn't it? That is 1 by 3 will be S character. So what will be the percentage S character? 1 by 3 means it will be 33.33% S character. Okay. Then in the last case, here it is 1 by 2 S character. Out of 2, 1 is S. So that means it will be 50% S character. Okay. And also you have to note down this particular point also. As S character increases, the stability increases. As S character increases, stability increases. Okay. So here, if this is the case, what about the explanation, or how will you explain the stability? S character, it is greater in the case of this one, isn't it? So this will be having the maximum stability. Then comes 33 point, then comes 25% S character. So the most stable one will be this one. a triple bonded carbanion. Okay, so the most stable one will be the one with 50% S character. Okay. Then the next one, that is the explanation of stability in terms of resonance. Second one, in terms of resonance. See, normally these carbanions, they are stabilized due to resonance. When will be we saying that they will be stabilized due to resonance? Two conditions. There should have been a double bond, isn't it? A double bond should be there, or an aromatic ring, isn't it? A double bond or an aromatic ring adjacent to the negatively charged carbon atom, isn't it? So these are the two conditions for resonance. First condition, it should have a double bond, and the second one, it should have an aromatic ring adjacent to the carbanion. Okay, so here this resonance, the stability can be explained in terms of resonance in the case of allyl as well as benzyl carbocations. Allyl and benzyl carbanions. Allyl and benzyl carbanions. So first of all, we can go through this allyl carbanion. That is CH2 double bond, CH single bond, CH2 minus. This is allyl carbanion. Allyl carbanion. So we have to write the resonating structure of this allyl carbanion. So while writing the structure, it will be like this. This negative charge will be moving to this bond, and this double bond will be, the electron pair will be moving towards this carbon atom. Okay, so what happens? This carbon will be getting a negative charge, isn't it? So CH2 minus, here it becomes a single bond, CH. Then here it becomes a double bond, isn't it? This negative charge will be coming here, so it becomes a double bond. So the structure, the next resonating structure will be like this. So these are the two different resonating structures of allyl carbocation. Okay, structures 1 and 2. So this, due to the presence of these two resonating structures, this allyl carbanions are stabilized. Then coming to the case of benzyl carbanions. Benzyl means the formula is C6H5CH2 minus, isn't it? C6H5CH2 minus. This is benzyl carbanion. Benzyl carbanion. So let us write the different resonating structures of benzyl carbanion. So first case, this negative charge will be shifting towards this bond, and again this double bond will be shifting to this carbon atom. Okay. So the first structure will be like this. Here it becomes double bond CH2. Then here this electron pair, it is moving to this carbon atom, so that this carbon will be getting a negative charge. All other bonds will be retained. Then the next one, next structure. What happens? This negative charge will be moving here, and this double bond will be shifting towards this carbon atom. Okay. So here it becomes double bond CH2, then here it becomes a double bond, isn't it? Here it becomes a double bond, and here a negative charge, already a double bond is present. Then the next structure. Double bond CH2, then what happens? This negative charge to this position, and this electron pair double bond to this carbon atom, so that here it becomes a negative charge, a double bond, here a double bond. Okay, then comes the last structure, and this negative charge towards this position, and this double bond towards this carbon atom. So the last structure, this becomes single bond CH2 minus. Okay, so here this becomes a double bond, already two bonds are positioned. So these are the different resonating structures of benzyl carbanion. You have to draw the resonating structures by yourself. If you are having any doubt, then you have to go through the video. Okay. Otherwise, you have to practice it. You have to practice the electron shift. And the electron shift, it should be in only one direction. Okay. See, if it is moving in this clockwise direction, in all the structures you have to mark it in the clockwise direction, or else it should be in the anti-clockwise direction in all the resonating structures. Okay, so these are the 5 different resonating structures of benzyl carbanion. 5 different resonating structures of benzyl carbanion. Okay. So while comparing this benzyl and allyl carbanion, which one will be more stable? Allyl or benzyl? Which one will be more stable? Which one will be more stable? See, in the case of allyl carbanion, how many number of resonating structures are there, or how many number of contributing structures are there? It will be having 2 contributing structures, isn't it? And in the case of benzyl carbanion, how many contributing structures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be having 5 contributing structures. So as the number of contributing structures increases, or the number of resonating structure increases, what happens? The stability increases. The stability increases, isn't it? So as the number of resonating structure increases, the stability increases. Therefore, we can say that while comparing allyl and benzyl carbanions, benzyl carbanion will be more stable. So benzyl carbanion will be more stable. Okay. Then the next is, just as in the case of carbocation, we have to compare benzyl carbanion, then diphenyl methyl carbanion and triphenyl methyl carbanion. Okay. Benzyl, then diphenyl methyl and triphenyl methyl carbanion. This is benzyl carbanion, C6H5, CH2 minus benzyl carbanion. Then I am writing diphenyl methyl carbanion. In the last video, I had explained how to write this diphenyl methyl carbanion. It is a derivative of methyl carbanion. That means the 2 hydrogens in methyl carbanion, it is replaced by 2 phenyl groups. So then we will be having this diphenyl methyl carbanion. Then the third one, that is the triphenyl methyl carbanion. Triphenyl methyl carbanion. Okay. So here, among all these 3, which one will be having more stability? Structure 1, or benzyl, or diphenyl methyl, or triphenyl methyl. Diphenyl methyl or triphenyl methyl. Which one will be more stable? See, the number of contributing structures, it is maximum in the case of triphenyl methyl carbanion. Okay, so we can say that this triphenyl methyl carbanion, it will be more stable than diphenyl methyl, which is more stable than benzyl carbanion. Okay, so the number of contributing structures will be increasing in this order. Number of contributing structure is increasing in this order. So we can say that this triphenyl methyl carbanion is more stable. Okay. And also in the case of this triphenyl methyl carbanion, the negative charge, it is the negative charge present in this carbon atom, it will be delocalized over the 3 benzene rings, isn't it? This negative charge means it is an electron rich species, isn't it? Some electrons are present, or it is an electron rich species. So this negative charge, it is distributed, or it is delocalized over the 3 benzene rings. While in the case of this, in this diphenyl methyl, the negative charge, it is spreaded over these 2 benzene rings only. And in the case of benzyl, this negative charge, it is delocalized over 1 single ring only. Okay. So here, this negative charge, it is distributed over these 3 benzene rings, so that the stability will be greater in the case of triphenyl methyl than diphenyl methyl than benzyl. Okay, so these are the 2 reasons for regarding the stability while comparing the stability. Also, sometimes it might be asked, that this allyl, benzyl, then diphenyl methyl, triphenyl methyl. Which one will be the more stable one? Which one will be the more stable? While comparing all these structures, the most stable will be the triphenyl one, then diphenyl methyl, then benzyl, then comes allyl. Okay, so that will be the order of stability of these carbanions. Okay, then next is coming to the reactions of carbanions. Reactions of carbanions. First is the combination with an electrophile or the reaction with an electrophile. Electrophile means E plus. So this is a carbanion R minus. Combination with an electrophile means an electrophile is H plus or proton. It becomes RH, a simple reaction. Okay. Then the next one, the second one, that is addition to multiple bonds. Addition to multiple bonds. See here, C double bond C plus R minus. Okay, so this is addition to a double bonded compound. So what happens? One of the electron pair will be shifting like this, so that this carbon will be having a positive charge and this carbon will be having a negative charge, and this R minus will attack the positively charged carbon atom. Okay, so it becomes R, C, then it becomes a single bond C. Here it becomes a negative charge. Okay, and again if to this species a double bonded compound will be added, what happens? Again this electron pair will be shifting like this, C minus and C plus. So one of the carbon will be getting a positive charge. Again the C minus will be attacking the C plus. Okay, so further the reaction becomes RC, then single bond C. Again this C and this C got joined. Then again this becomes C minus. Okay. So this will be in the form of a polymerized form, isn't it? So here a polymerization reaction takes place. That means it will be going on continuously. So that is the next reaction, addition to multiple bonds. And the third one, that is the rearrangement and elimination reaction. Rearrangement and elimination reaction. Rearrangement and elimination reaction. See here, for example, this is pH is phenyl group. Okay, pH C, pH, single bond, CH2 minus, here again one pH. Okay, so here some rearrangement takes place. Okay, so this is a carbanion, and in this carbanion some rearrangement takes place in the first step. Okay, so this pH, it will be moving as pH plus to this carbon atom, to this C minus. This pH will be moving to this C minus. Okay, so the electron pair will be retained by this carbon atom itself. pH will be moving as pH plus. So this pH plus will be joining this CH2 minus. So pH, C, pH, then single bond. Here it becomes CH2 pH. Okay, this pH is joined to this carbon atom. It becomes CH2 pH. And again, what happens to this carbon atom? It will be having this electron pair, isn't it? So what happens? This carbon will be having electron pair. That means this carbon will be getting a negative charge. So this is the rearrangement reaction. Okay, so this is the rearrangement reaction. Then one more is the elimination reaction. Elimination reaction means CCl3 negative charge with an electron pair. Okay, from this one Cl minus will be eliminated. Okay, from this trichlorocarbene, this is trichlorocarbene. From this trichlorocarbene, one Cl minus is eliminated. So it becomes CCl2 with an electron pair. Okay, CCl2 with an electron pair, and the CCl2, this is a carbene. That is a carbon with an electron pair. Okay, so this species is carbene. You have to study the details of carbene in this chapter itself. So this is carbene. So this is another reaction, that is the, so here it comes the elimination reaction. 1Cl minus is eliminated. Elimination reaction, and in the first case it is rearrangement reaction. Rearrangement reaction. Okay. So this is about the reactions of carbanions. Hope you are clear up to this. So in our next video we will be discussing the free radicals. Okay. So hope you are clear, and also you have to write the lecture notes. Okay, and upload it in our classroom. Thank you.